One of my favorite things about full odds shiny hunting is that the shiny can truly show up at any time. Unlike method hunts where you can raise your odds to the point where you expect to get a shiny almost immediately, full odds shinies love to shock you by showing up at the most ridiculous and unexpected times. Finding a rare shiny instantly transforms what would ordinarily be an uneventful moment into a lasting memory. I'll never forget the time I was shiny hunting in Shield and accidentally slammed my hand on my desk, just for that pain and self-annoyance to immediately be overshadowed by the sudden appearance of the shiny Cramorant I was looking for, or the time I spent over a year slowly chipping away at my Snivy hunt in Black 2 just for it to show up right in time to cheer me up after my baseball team had just finished losing their third game in a row. I found those shinies over 5 years ago though, and since then I've only ever been actively upset at the moment I found a shiny once. The time I was playing Mario Kart with my friends, crashing out about the game and my bad luck, when suddenly all of my complaints were washed away as a Gen 3 shiny Yanma, a shiny so rare that I thought I would never have one, came sparkling out of the grass. That one moment is the subject of this whole video, but before we can get to that, we need to zoom out a bit. While this video is all about the shiny Yanma I found, Yanma wasn't even the target of the hunt I was doing. That target was Meowth, a Pokemon that's relatively easy to shiny hunt in Gen 3, but the way I'm doing it has a bit of a twist. Instead of hunting Meowth in Kanto, where you can get it up to a comfy 50% with the right setup, I decided I wanted to hunt it in a few different areas in the Sevi Islands, where it's a measly 10%. I did this for a few reasons. 1, the Sevi Islands are awesome. 2, the Sevi Islands areas have cool names like Ruin Valley and Savalt Canyon that stick with a Pokemon on the summary screen, and finally and most importantly, they're home to tons of rare Johto Pokemon that I would love the opportunity to phase on. Thanks to the aforementioned 10% encounter rate for Meowth, I'm expecting this hunt to be more of a slow burn, a long and drawn out shiny hunt made worth the effort by the cool extras I get along the way. While this is nominally still a Meowth hunt, in practice it's more of a tour of the Sevi Islands as a whole. Meowth in this case functions as a sort of stopping point, the appearance of which indicates that I've spent enough time hunting there to move on to other stuff. There's still a lot more I could say about this hunt and how it's gone so far, but to keep things focused, I'll save the gritty details of my overall plans for the hunt and other phases for the full Meowth video and let this one focus on the silly Mario Kart shiny. So, where does the Mario Kart come in? Well, around this time, I had been doing a bunch of late-night Mario Kart sessions with two of my friends, Lily Breadbugs and Sleepy Q. On the day of one of these sessions, I had just finished a normal shiny hunting call with some other people. Since I already had all my hunting stuff set up from that call, I decided to keep shiny hunting during the downtime between races and just sloppily throw the Mario Kart footage on top of my hunting layout. I mostly just did this so the people in the new call who weren't playing could watch our Mario Kart races. I certainly wasn't expecting to ever have to actually use this footage for anything, and I certainly wasn't expecting this silly little decision to be the only reason I got footage of the moment I found one of the rarest and most memorable shinies I have. The races that night had a lot of unfortunate things happening to me, and showing clips of the increasing frustration this caused me is essential context for why I sounded the way I did right before the shiny appeared. The clips from the beginning of this session are kinda hard to see because I hadn't yet made the game screen bigger on the layout, but with a video this ridiculous, that's kinda just how it has to be. Oh, come on! Oh.
No!
No.
No, I was in third, no!
That was really stupid.
Mag being upset by
Because I got hit by
everything.
everything. What wasn't there to be upset by? I wasn't allowed to drive. Now, what the?
No, 2 bullet bills behind
That
me.
was so stupid. I just got hit by a bomb. Just literally out of nowhere. I lost like 5 spots because a bomb just fell from the sky and hit me 3 inches from the end. I'm so sick of this game. Threw it forward and it bounced off the starting sign. You know, that was my fault then. I'm an idiot for getting hit by that.
Oh,
What hit me? What the? A green shell bounced off the finish line at the exact angle needed to hit me. I was 26 VR. The game is so terrible. Dear Lord.
I'm bug suffering right now in Eterna.
Can't imagine suffering any more than playing this game is.
True. This game needs a balance patch.
Game needs to be deleted off my Switch. How is the radius for the bomb exploding so big? I was about, like, half the track away from it. That's another thing they made better in World. Bombs don't hit you from across the frickin' track anymore. Stop hitting me with every item in the game, dear Lord. Come on, dude! 3 red shells in a row.
What?
Game is
No.
unplayably bad. Like, seriously. What do I have to do to not have the person behind me pull more than 2 red shells? Shiny Yanma, what?
What?
Yo.
I was complaining about Mario Kart.
Rage!
And you can't see it because the game is covering it. What the frick?
Behind
Okay,
Mario
hang on.
Kart.
I'm leaving this room. What?
Wait, leave the room.
Are you kidding me? This is the dumbest shiny that's ever happened to me. What?
All it took was for you raging at Mario Kart
Yeah, I got a 10% shiny.
to crash out Yanma.
This is ridiculous. Shiny's so hard to get in Gen 3. I'm so mad. One of my coolest shinies ever in Mario Kart is in the way. Oh, that's so awesome.
Shout out to me throwing 2 red shells at you in a row.
That was you. How come it's always you?
If I didn't do it, you wouldn't have got the Yanma.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for being an absolute menace to me that entire time. Okay. Very carefully do inputs. Thank God Gen 3 doesn't have a touchscreen, so I don't have to worry about that.
I ruined a marriage because of the touchscreen.
Yeah, and Matt ran away from an Absol because of the touchscreen. Jack ran away from a Purloin because of the touchscreen. It's like always been one of my fears that would happen to me. You're using dive balls. Dude, this is so cool. Nice, first ball. Dude, my other Yanma was first ball. Its large eyes scan 360 degrees. It looks in all directions to seek out its instinct as prey. Wow, it's probably really good at Mario Kart then. And Yanma is brave. That's horrible.
Brave.
Dang.
I mean, it's a Gen 3 Yanma. The nature doesn't matter. Oh, the blue border too, and the dive ball. This is so cool. We have... took a while. Regular Sentret, and...
I thought that was shiny for a second.
Same.
That's shiny. Shiny Yanma. Dear Lord. Something I didn't touch on in the intro to this video is how shinies that show up at silly times are even more memorable when you're shiny hunting with friends. My shiny Yanma appearing turned a fun but ordinary night hanging out into an iconic moment that we'll all remember for a long time. Watching my reaction back though, I'm really not sure why I wasn't freaking out more. Yanma is one of the hardest shinies to get in all of Gen 3, and one I thought I'd never have for myself. There are only 3 ways to get a shiny Yanma in Gen 3. The most interesting way to do it is the absolute mess of a shiny hunt that is shiny Shadow Yanma in Colosseum. You have to catch a shadow Pokemon every reset in order to see if it's shiny, and you can't trade over any items or Pokemon that could help mitigate Yanma's low catch rate until after you've missed your one shot to hunt it, which means it can take anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes just to do a single reset, and I'm sure that variance can get extremely frustrating. The second way is to hatch one. While it's not quite as slow as Colosseum, Gen 3 egg hunting is still pretty slow, and it's also the least interesting way to do it. Finally, there's the way I got mine, random encounters in Ruin Valley. While this is probably the easiest way to get a Gen 3 shiny Yanma, it's still far from a cakewalk because the chance of any encounter in this area being a shiny Yanma is a minuscule 1 in 81,920. While this number can be improved a bit by doing a repel trick, that's still a lot of time to dedicate to one shiny, and if you get unlucky you could be stuck in Ruin Valley for a really long time. Finding a shiny Yanma perfectly illustrates why I'm hunting Meowth this way. The Savi Islands are home to so many potential shinies that I would love to have in Gen 3, but are rare enough that I would never go out of my way to target them. When you're like me and never use more than a single game for any given shiny hunt, targeting something really rare comes with the risk of being stuck hunting it for literal years. For a shiny I'm dying to have, this is an acceptable risk, but for something like a Gen 3 Yanma, it's a bit more than I'd be willing to commit to. This isn't to say I didn't really want one though. I really love Yanma as a Pokemon, and the vibrant electric blue of its shiny is absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately though, Yanma is absolutely atrocious in battle in Gen 3, so this shiny is more of a trophy than anything. Nevertheless, I can still scrape a little bit of use out of this guy because it rolled Compound Eyes as its ability. From Pokemon Emerald onwards, leading with Compound Eyes boosts the chance for a wild Pokemon to hold an item. This, in combination with Yanma's access to the move Thief, lets me use it to more efficiently farm things like Heart Scales or get rare wild held items like Metal Coats. So yeah, that's really all I've got for this video. This phase of the Meowth hunt was just so silly and memorable that I wanted to make a quick little video about it so it wouldn't take up too much of the full video. Wait, what do you mean I got the Meowth while I was writing this script? Is that a shiny Meowth? It is. Right? Did I just, hang on, there's no way I just found that right. Okay, what? That was a really stupid shiny reaction, but what the heck? I don't know what to think right now. I thought I would be doing this for like years. So you're probably thinking, huh, this guy got the 10% shiny he was targeting in way less time than it should have taken, and that was his reaction? He doesn't even sound a little excited. Honestly, that's how I feel about my reaction here too, but after pondering it a bit, I think I understand why it was like that. More than anything, I was just very confused for a couple reasons. Unlike your typical shiny hunt, where you have one target you want above all else as your explicit goal, for this one it was almost more about the phases than the target. The hunt was supposed to go in cycles, where I would do one phase in each of the 3 Sevi Islands areas I wanted to hunt in, and once I got through each cycle I would take a break and do something else. The first phase of the first cycle was a Hoppip in 5 Isle Meadow, then came the Yanma in Ruin Valley, and then the final phase of this cycle and all of the other ones would take place in Savalt Canyon. On the day I found the Meowth, I was fixated on just trying to quickly finish up the last phase of the first cycle so I could move on to another hunt for a while. I was so laser focused on how I would handle my plans for this long, drawn-out endeavor over the course of the next year that I really wasn't even considering the possibility that the whole thing could just end, right then and there, not even 16,000 total encounters in. The other reason I was confused was because when the Meowth appeared, I instantly had the thought of, wait, this completely changes how I have to approach the Yanma video I've been working on and completely throws all the scripting I just did out the window. What do I even do now? After thinking about it more and discussing things a bit with my friends though, I realized that this actually worked out perfectly. The main point I was already making with this whole video was about how full odds shinies can show up at any time, no matter what else you're doing, whether you're ready for them or not, so having the target of the same hunt illustrate that idea so perfectly was just poetry. Anyways, now that that unexpected surprise is out of the way, for the actual ending of this video, I'm going to show off the shinies I found during this hunt in 3D in Pokemon XD. Some shinies look really wonky in the GameCube games, and I haven't seen any of these 3 there yet, so reacting to how good or bad they look should make for a fun surprise. I'll see you there in a moment. Alright, here we are in XD. First we got Hoppip. Hey, that looks pretty good. The Little like leaves on top are kind of weird looking, but other than that, they got the shade of green pretty right. In Stadium 2, Hoppip is like yellow and blue. It's really weird, but honestly pretty cool. But yeah, something I didn't find room to talk about in the script is that right after I got the Yanma, we just decided to just play more Mario Kart again, and not even 2 races later, Sleepy found a shiny Baneri in Eterna Forest. And a couple weeks later, Lily found 2 full odds shinies in one night while we were playing Mario Kart. So basically, the one secret trick that doctors hate to find full odds shinies is to just play Mario Kart. But yeah, here's Meowth. That looks kind of weird. Oh my god, the portrait looks really funny. It's like extremely angry. Yeah, this is... I mean, it could be worse, but it doesn't look great. It's just sort of... They just put a slightly yellow filter on it. You can't really tell the pink of the like feet and stuff. But you might be wondering why I even am hunting Meowth in the first place, because I didn't explain it in the video, but I wanted pickup. So in Emerald, you can get some really good items like leftovers and earthquake TMs from having level 91 to 100 pickup. So I wanted to have a shiny that could do that for me. So I picked Meowth. And that's basically all there is to it. The motivation wasn't really that interesting, so I didn't include it in the video, but here we have the real star of the show. Very excited to see this. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, I'm so glad I didn't get spoiled on that. I mean, it's about what I expected, but man, just seeing it, it's so cool. It's not quite as like vibrant, bright blue as it is in the main series, but man, that's still really good. And also, I love Yanma's animations in this game. Like, just watching it like fly around and stuff. It's very, very cute. I love it. It just moves in these like really short bursts like dragonflies do in real life, and it just still looks really cute like a Pokemon with those little like head turn things. I don't know, it's awesome. I love it. I love Yanma. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for getting to the end of the video. I've heard rumors that there's a way to support a YouTube channel and be notified of new videos, but no one's ever told me how, so you'll have to figure that out on your own. Sorry.